All right, next we got the New Orleans, Seattle Seahawks at the New Orleans Saints. This game was very exciting. Uh, not a whole lot of action in the first half, but that second half really brought some big plays into the game. They were scoring. It seemed like the fourth quarter they were scoring back and forth for the entire fourth quarter. Really entertaining. Um, Saints end up winning 39-32. I think both teams are very well coached and very prepared. Um, this the quarterback situation for both is the only like gray area with both. But right now, Seattle's quarterback situation, I mean that ain't even looking bad. Geno Smith, you cannot knock what he's doing. He's been doing really well, and his losses, really close games. He's been having clutch touchdowns, solid numbers. I was not expecting this. I don't think anybody was, and it this week I'm kind of bought in from to Geno. I thought it would be kind of a fluky thing the first couple weeks, but every week he's making a little bit of noise. I think being on the bench for him that long has really taught him some things, and I think he's become a better quarterback from it. Honestly, it's really rare for a quarterback to ride the bench this long and then have any kind of relevancy once they're back in starting action. So I'm kudos to Geno Smith. Keep doing what you're doing. Seattle, keep him in there. Uh, Drew Lock is not a better option. Trust me. Um, as for the Saints side, I had Chris Olave in a lot of my parlays. I think a lot of other people probably had a lot of other players from the Saints in that parlay just because Seattle's defense isn't the greatest. Taysom Hill. I mean, what they'll start him at quarterback or they'll play him a lot one week and he will be a completely non-factor, shut out. Not this game. He had 3 or 4 touchdowns, was completely dominant. He was getting big run plays. I don't think Seattle was really prepared for it. I think they prepared mainly for Andy Dalton. Uh, that is the reason why the Saints won this game is because of Taysom Hill. No doubt. Seattle scored 32 because of that. That whole team worked together. They played a good team football game. New Orleans won this game because of Taysom Hill. I'm a big Chris Olave fan. I think the receiving core is good. I think the Saints could make a run towards a 500 record this year, but it's there's a lot of inconsistency with the Saints. Um, Same with Seattle. I mean they could make a 500 run and maybe try and make that seventh seed in the wild card position, but both these teams are like almost there. They need they need someone to elevate them. Seattle defensively and the Saints most weeks offensively. This week obviously not. They did the job, but they Saints need a quarterback to elevate them to be a consistent team. They got great receivers, great running game. They got a great defense, good coach. I like the Saints this year, but they got to get something going with their quarterback position. Jameis Winston ain't the answer. Andy Dalton ain't the answer. I'm sorry. Taysom Hill, keep him as what he is, that X factor. You got to keep him. He's making a difference when it comes to that, but like he's not going to do that every week. Get a starting quarterback. Yeah, just keep throwing in Taysom Hill. Even if you were to get a star quarterback, I would just keep throwing in Taysom Hill just because you never know when he could have a day like this. But Seattle is on the uptick as well as Saints, but I don't see either of them maintaining this kind of success. How good they looked in this game. So overall, a great game. I The moral of the story of this game, I'm so impressed with Geno Smith. That is honestly what I took away from this game.